Wait for the stream to kick in there. All right. Welcome everyone. We got some catching up to do. Let's see. Looks like the first one up is going to be from Bryce with some classic DC offset symptoms. Go ahead and read you their email. Hello, I have a first-gen HomePod. I believe in need of repair. Every so often it will make a loud room-filling noise like a ksh sound and turn off. A most similar one to death farts. The noise from the sound on your website, but different. Okay. Easy peasy. Go ahead and take a preliminary listen at that pop there. All right, yeah. That seems bad enough for me to want to open that up. Let's get to it. Oh. If this is the first time catching a stream with us recently, you might have missed yesterday. We turned the camera on for about an hour while we worked on the brakes on one of our cars. Quite a bit different from the HomePods, and I'm not a professional, but I really needed new brakes. As you can see during the live stream, I'll show you the old pads. They were pretty much seconds away from metal on metal. And of course, I don't have a caliper compression tool. I normally just rent it from the parts store down the street, but my luck, they didn't have any on hand at the moment, and I really needed to get my brakes done. In hindsight, I would have gotten a tool ordered from Amazon. Yuck, but hey, in the end, had someone remind us of the clever trick of using your old brake pads as sort of points to help clamp your brake calipers closed, or open, I guess. No big deal. It's interesting, my 1986 Nissan 300CX, I just did the brakes on it a few weeks ago and replaced one of the brake calipers because it was leaking. On those, it's actually just a single piston, and you can't just squeeze it open. You gotta twist it. You gotta twist the freaking caliper piston. It's kind of awkward. On the 1989 Nissan 300ZX, on my twin turbo model at least, it's like 4 full caliper pistons per assembly. It's kind of insane. So you have 4 calipers to compress, or 4 pistons to compress per wheel. And you can just squeeze them. You don't have to rotate them like you do on the Z31. That was just kind of weird. It is really weird to see all the differences between the 2 generations. That's one of the reasons why I wanted one. They're so similar, but they've also got a lot of interesting differences, and I like to see how Nissan, got better over time, or improved, or replaced a certain technology with a better one. The liquid is just rubbing alcohol, and what it does is help us with this step right here. When we go to pry this basket up, this basket is held down with that silicone glue from the factory, and the rubbing alcohol helps a lot with getting this up. It's not necessary. I mean, for the first, I want to say 6 to 10 months when we were doing HomePod repairs, we didn't bother with the rubbing alcohol. But we started using it before we pried the basket off, and we've pretty much never gone back. Alright, our subwoofer is in excellent shape. No worries there. If you're curious about if you're trying to do these same repairs yourself at home, we're just gonna go in and replace what we know needs to get replaced. But if you need to attempt these repairs yourself at home, I've got some info on my website, nixfix.com, under the common issues section, where you can go to find your symptoms and diagnose them before just jumping into the repair like we do. Don't do what we do on our live streams. We've got dedicated repair videos and information on the website for if you're trying to do a step-by-step. The live streams are not a step-by-step. The live stream is a demonstration of how I have optimized the repair process. Not the same steps that somebody that's doing it for their first few times want to follow, unless you want to break stuff. Wow, that is really magnetic. But the rubbing alcohol trick holds true. The rubbing alcohol will absolutely help you pry that top basket off without damaging anything. Yeah, if you're doing your own HomePod repairs, it's always best for you to diagnose and confirm the bad parts instead of just guessing what's broken and replacing them. We've been inside enough of these at this point to crack them open, and I mean, in most cases we don't even have to open them. We just gotta plug them in and we can tell what's wrong and what needs to get replaced. And if we are wrong, if the issue's still there, then the parts that we did replace needed to be replaced anyways, because they were identified as either a particular part that is known to fail or measured already far enough out of spec that it needed to be replaced before it did cause any more issues. We dig deeper if we don't end up fixing it the first try, but I think we've gotten our process down quite well here. So here we go. Here are the filters that gotta go. Beautiful. We may not be the smartest, but the results speak for themselves. Oh, look at those. Beautiful. Let's get these two. Amazing. Ooh. Boy, speaking of things that we don't bother testing, we've got a 46K dated Schottky diode right there. If you're not familiar with those, it's the 46K and the 48K dated diodes that are always failing and causing the no power issues. So we're going to actually replace this while we're in here. So that way, you know, Bryce doesn't have to send this HomePod back to us for no power when this diode inevitably fails. Even though it's still working fine now, we're not risking it. That should be a happy HomePod for a very long time. Yeah, get in there. Okay. You guys want to see? There you go. This is the tricky bit that everyone breaks. No problem. Okay, let's get this connected to our test woofer. Let's get it brained and powered up, and we'll see if everything is within spec. Awesome. Okay. So we're at about 12 millivolts. That is very good. Excuse me 1 second. Man, just been kicking this cold for like weeks. Still just barely lingering there. I feel great otherwise. Felt like crap for like a day. And then it's just been this cough for like the past 2 weeks. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Just making sure that's all lined up and sealed nice. I do not want to have to take all this back apart just because the gasket slipped out.
So demanding.
She said, "Get the fuck back here."
She pooped again.
Oh.
It's okay, I'm about to give her a quick pop.
So she can poop it out?
In 5 minutes? Yeah, probably. That's how it goes. You do love.
trouble connecting.
There we
I'm
go.
having trouble.
That's much better. Alright. We are revisiting Armando's HomePod now. We got this one fixed up for them, and when they got it back, they said it was rattling. So we're gonna take a quick peek at that. My best guess is maybe UPS didn't handle it too kindly, and maybe the bass speaker got bent up. Normally this isn't a problem. I'd say every one out of every few hundred we end up getting back because they just got too banged up and we gotta fix them up again. No amount of glue is gonna stop the subwoofer from getting bent up if the whole thing gets dropped so much. No amount of bubble wrap. Sounds just fine. Let's go ahead and pop it open really quick and see if the bass speaker is bent. Where's my volume? Hold on. Why can't I hear nothing? Why can't I hear my video? Technical issues. Technical issues. Why is the only thing that produces audio this? And now I can't switch to it. Oh, that's working. Oh, screw it. I guess I'll play it on my phone here. Let's see. Yeah, I'd expect to be able to hear that from a restart, or from that setup tone. But let's go on in and look anyways, because they've got a video of an issue. So there's an issue here. Oh, that one's bent. I'll have to look back at the last repair video we did with this one and see if it was already bent or not there. I don't normally bother with insurance claims with shipping damages. I just eat the cost. Yeah, that's bent. I think we might do an insurance claim this time because I just can't keep doing this. Because it cost me about $20 to give them a return label, and then it cost another about $20 for me to ship it back to them. That's $40 lost. That is pretty much all of the profit into a repair gone. That's more than all the profit, really, if you factor in taxes and everything. Yep, that's bent. that should do the trick. If we want, we can double check. Oh god. And excuse me. Sometimes I forget I'm streaming here. Let's see. We are looking nice and straight there now. So that was it. Seems to have just gotten beaten up on the way home. That's really frustrating. Because it was packed well. It was in the original box. And the original box was wrapped in bubble wrap. So at least if not better than how Apple would ship these to you. And yet still banged up. To the point that it bends the subwoofer up. To the point where it can't seal as well anymore. And here I was thinking I put in a crap gasket or didn't put it together correctly, or, you know, basically questioning my work. And of course, you know, you can tell the customer whatever they want, but at the end of the day, they're going to think whatever they want. The impression has been set. Whether it ends up being a positive, negative, or neutral impression, you know, you can't change that. It is what it is. But I think I'm going to deal with the insurance claim on these when this sort of thing happens now, because yikes, is it getting expensive to have to deal with. Oh man, just look at that. Awful. I mean, perfectly usable, but just indicative of the kind of abuse it went through on the way home. What the heck? And I gotta spend my time, you know, fixing it again. set that up and test it to make sure for sure, you know, it's all good to go. I'm gonna ask them what song they used in their video they sent us so we can make sure the exact same situation that it doesn't happen again here. All right. So now we've got Vaughn. Boy, the theme recently has just been DC offset and bad caps and death farts, huh? I mean, I'll take those repairs over the blinking volume buttons any day, but oh, hey, look at that, a return label. Very nice. I went a little overboard on the bubble wrap. Oh, absolutely not, Vaughn. You are perfectly alright with the bubble wrap on this one, especially after you should rewind and take a look at what UPS just forced us to do to a HomePod that we just fixed and shipped back to someone. You should see what happens to these things. And there is no such thing as too much bubble wrap. You'll believe it. Also, I'll take fighting the bubble wrap any day over the packing peanuts. So, much like the first one we fixed on our stream today, I expect this one to pop pretty loudly. If so, then we know what to do. We'll give it new filters. I'm expecting a blown resistor near the subwoofer connector on the amp as well. Hopefully the subwoofer's still in good condition. And hopefully we don't have to knock out that lazy diode repair while we're in there. Oh boy. So they say no bass.
I'm having trouble connecting.
There we go, yeah. Yeah, that's awful tinny. It's kind of wild how much voice comes out through just the bass speaker and how much of a difference it makes it sound without it. Ah, there we go. could have pried at that much longer. Yeah, bass speaker feels alright. Let's drip the alcohol in there and get that silicone adhesive loosened up. Tim, what's up, man? Yes, I got 2 newsies. So, man, here's the whole breakdown. Here's the whole timeline. Here's the scoop. You know, January, we got in that accident in our 1986 Nissan 300ZX, which, quick backstory on that car, we'd owned it for about 10 years. We'd turbo converted it. We'd done too many mods to it, and too much time and money and memories into that car. And January of this year, got in that accident. Lady ran a red light, wasn't paying attention, T-boned me. Totaled the car. I was just fine. I ended up kind of going nuts and just saying, screw it. If I can't have the one car that I wanted to keep forever, I'm not going to keep any of these other cars. I'm just going to sell them all and buy what I really want and be done with it for now. So I had that original Z. We had my wife's 2006 Audi. We had a 2001 Saab wagon. And we had my 2004 Chevrolet Impala SS Indianapolis edition. So I sold the Impala, I sold the Audi, I sold all of my cars. And I bought my wife the Volvo XC60. And I bought myself a 1989 Nissan Fairlady Z. Now, in America, those were sold and made as the 300ZX. But in Japan, where I got this car from, they were sold as the Fairlady Z. And this is the Z32, so it's the next generation from the one that I got in an accident in. And then I found a 1986 another 1986 Nissan 300ZX. Scooped that up. It only had 70,000 miles. And then the past few weeks I had done the manual 5-speed transmission swap and turbo converted it. So it's basically the same Z that I had that got in the accident, just with only 70,000 miles now. Compared to the 200,000 that the old Z had. And then the 1989 Fairlady Z is a JP import. It's a right-hand drive. It's the twin turbo. It only has 100,000 miles, and yeah, it's pretty much perfect in my eyes. It's beautiful. I love it. It's a completely different car from the older Z. I'm questioning this subwoofer. It smells awful. And the rest of the HomePod smells okay. So let's go ahead and plug in our test woofer here and see what we're dealing with. Did it roast the woofer? Or are we dealing with an issue on the amplifier? The Z32 1989 Fairlady Z is mostly stock. It had an HKS turbo timer added by the original owner, and a few other small things, but really nothing major. Oh, okay. It has Z's exhaust, a catback exhaust, and it's got Nissan R34 GTT wheels, and it was just spaced and fit perfectly. Like it's perfect.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info, check the home app.
Interesting. Okay, so it does appear to be just an amplifier issue. Oh shit. You know what I didn't do was check for how much offset that had too. I bet I can just rewind the live stream here and see. Yeah, we had like no offset there, so. The right-hand drive one a Gen 3 or Gen 4? I don't know offhand what you mean by Gen 3 or Gen 4. I will tell you it's the Z32 because it's the second half of 1989 model year. And so I've got the Z31 and the Z32. The one that looks like a door stop, like a giant wedge, and the Z32 that one looks like that looks like a glorified Saturn with Lamborghini headlights. Ooh, and one of the perks of having the JDM imported one is the headlights that they used in Japan were made of glass. The lenses will never yellow. They will look brand new basically forever. For as long as I can avoid cracking them. That was one thing that I do miss about our 2001 Saab 95 SC V6 wagon. Were the glass headlights. Sadly, during a road trip one year, driving from Seattle to Los Angeles for Anime Expo, we were hauling ass, and I guess a rock had gotten kicked up and blasted right through one of the headlights and poked a tiny little BB-sized hole clean through it. So it was never perfect after that. I mean, I sold the car a few months ago anyways, so I try to move on, but still, that was a good car. There we go. What mysteries await us? So we've got no offset. No obvious issues with the bass speaker, but just no bass. Let's poke around for some shorts. Let's see, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Huh? Okay, so here's what we've got. We look at our amp chip for the bass speaker. We've got that shorting out, and we've got that shorting out. And at a glance, those two chips look okay right here, but our experience has taught us otherwise when we see those same components shorting out. So we're gonna swap all that out. Let's just make sure our stuff on here is good. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's get ourselves some parts. Alright, that should be everything we need. We can discard that board back into the parts pile Let's get our guy here. There we go. Let's do the tricky stuff first. Interesting, that capacitor like broke. Alright, let's get this section over with. The backlog's been alright. It could be better if I wasn't so lazy or so busy with life. Ooh. There we go. I wanted to put up a fight. I didn't think I'd be hung up on that, but here we are. There we go. And those guys are on there. Alright, I think we've roasted this board enough here. I think we've given it enough torture. No more short there. No more short there. That's still working, so okay. That might work. We might have done it. I'm kind of skeptical that we got one of those two chips on there all the way. But we're gonna give it a shot. While we're here, what date code? We've got a 52K dated Schottky diode, so we don't actually have to worry about that failing and causing power issues. Yeah, this is not a very common type of failure that we get here, but we do see it come across. Every now and then. Let's see if our magic worked. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, so it not only worked, but it's got an insane amount of offset, which is probably what killed it. So it needs new filters too. Let's go ahead and knock that out. I mean, that would make sense. I'm just making sure that subwoofer is still good for us to reuse after that much offset. But I guess it killed the amp before it killed the speaker there. That's nice. I'm not going to bother zooming in for this. Let's just knock these out real quick. Actually, yeah, here you go. We're on the other side of that amp chip now. These are probably what went bad, and oh, my other camera's not working. That's weird. Okay, cool. Wow. Okay, it needs a new... oh boy, this thing needs a lot. That resistor is not looking ideal. It's starting to get that baked, that golden, crispy baked look to it. Yeah, that was not looking too good. Okay, that should be everything. Alright, give me that beautiful bass. Aw, don't do this to me. Yes! Yes! Yes, 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 yes. We got bass, we got great offset. We're good to go. Oh boy. What a ride.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Yeah.
For more info, check.
I bet you are.
I'm having trouble connecting to the
And I'm glad you are too. Alright. This last one comes from a fellow Nick with no K, it appears. This will be the last one we work on today. I think it was no bass. Let's take a look here. Tinny sound, yeah. If you can get a good deal on a broken HomePod on eBay, it's smart. Because then it could end up being the cheapest route to getting your hands on a first-gen HomePod. You buy the broken one off eBay for cheap enough. If you want, you can have it drop shipped directly to us from the eBay seller during the checkout process. You can just use our address instead of yours. That'll save you a little bit on shipping. And then you not only get yourself a fixed HomePod back, but we take a look at everything inside and make sure you won't have any other problems. You're getting yourself back a refurbished HomePod, but better. The refurbished HomePods that Apple sells you are all literally from the same batch, the same production run that the first gens were from, or made with, in a different box. So when they say, oh, the refurbished HomePod that we're going to sell you out of warranty for does not have the same issue, they're lying. They're just straight up lying. Because it straight up has the exact same, tinny sound. Where did we just hear this? They have the exact same parts inside. We've cracked open, we've seen a number of refurbished HomePods on our channel here that people have sent us that still have the same faulty diode that causes no power, crappy filters that cause death farts and no bass. Ridiculous. And they'll sell you on a promise that they fixed it in the refurbished one. What a load of baloney. Oh, and you only get what, like a 30 or 90-day warranty on the refurbished one. I use refurbished when we're talking about Apple products very loosely here. Specifically HomePods from Apple. They didn't refurbish any of the first gens. They're all the same. And they don't fix any of them. They tear down 100% of the ones that get sent back to them and recycle them. What's the problem, Apple? Too hard to fix your own stuff? Only takes us 30 minutes. What's the big deal? Can't a $1 trillion company figure out how to fix their own stuff? Or did they already figure it out and calculate that it was more profitable to just rug, broom? Know what I'm saying? Subwoofer seems just fine. Ooh, we've got a roasty looking resistor on there. I'm gonna hazard a guess it's literally the exact same problem that we just fixed on the last HomePod. Okay. Oh. Alright, well that's a little less than what I was hoping to see. That's just a straight up hole in the amp chip, folks. That's not supposed to be there. Wow. Okay, I'll tell you that's most likely from the filters going bad. Oh boy, there's some. Okay, this is just gonna, we're just gonna give this a new amplifier board. How about that? Not the most satisfying repair to watch, I know, but sometimes you just gotta make the call, and that was rough. Alright. Let's steal the amplifier out of this. Out of this one. Oh boy. All right. Can't use that one. Beautiful.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info, check the home app.
All right, so we'll use that one. I'm just gonna swap the shells, and it's quicker than messing with the amp. And there we go. Get swapped. So basically, we've got a new amp and power supply, a new shell. We've got their original mesh and bass. We're going to put in their subwoofer, their logic board and display, and top piece back on. But it's legitimately easier to do that than it is to take the amplifier out and move it into another HomePod. And this one's already got new filters. It's already got a new diode. It's already got a new resistor. It's good to go. I don't like how that works though. That means it's not sealing. Oh, of course it's not sealing. I didn't put a gasket down. What the heck is wrong with me? There we go. That's more like it. Did not think we would see the array of damages that we saw on today's stream. But we did. We saw literally everything that could need to be replaced on an amplifier. We've seen a hole in the amplifier chip. All that, and bass speakers survived them. Kind of wild. And then we saw UPS or USPS abuse one of our customers' homepods and cause us to pay to have it shipped back to us so we could fix it again. What a day. But nonetheless, a day full of successes. So I cannot complain. Successful repairs, at least. I'll say that.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
There you go.
I'm having
Give me those volume buttons.
trouble.
Beautiful. Got it all fixed up. Hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and I'll catch you in the next